This is the e-paper display from Banggood, and this is working with an Arduino. So you see there's three demos on there. The first one draws sort of parabolas. The second one's doing these circles, and in a bit it's going to move on to showing a graph. And they're all showing how you can do the partial update, and you get an idea of the update rate. There is about I don't know, perhaps 3 times a second, something like that. There's the first one. These are sort of parabolas made by stitch curves, are these things called, and circles. So let's have a look at the setup that's driving this. Shift this light out of the way and grab the camera off my camera stand. It's quite a small display. Give you an idea of the scale. There's a German spanner. I was only joking, of course. It's 1.54 inches diagonal. There's the board, and this is what's driving it. Now the one thing you've got to watch with these displays is that they're 3.3 volt only. So most of this stuff on this board is voltage level converters to get from the 5 volt Arduino down to the 3.3 volts that the display needs. Now, I was running it before with this this little 3.3 volts Pro Mini, which is only runs at 8 megahertz, and that was fine. It working great, but I figured that most people would probably have 5 volt Arduinos, and that's what I should use to make the video. So this is the circuit, and get a bit more light on here. So you've got the Arduino, voltage level converters, and the display, and the bit I haven't mentioned yet is this serial RAM chip. The problem with this display, issue with it, is that it's got about 5k of RAM, a RAM buffer for the display, but it's write only. So for drawing things to the whole display like this is doing, it makes programming it a bit tricky. You can only, the ordinary Arduino's only got 2k of RAM, so you have to do a bit at a time. So what I've done here, this chip here is 23LC1024, and that's a serial RAM chip. This one's I think it's 128k, the 1024, but you only really need 8k. There are some smaller ones, but even the 128k one is pretty cheap. This is the program that's running it, driving it. You can see it's just a little loop that says demo 1, demo 2, demo 3, and if we compile it and upload it, focus. There, you can see that sketch is using 27% of the storage space and 24% of the available memory. So there's lots available, and all you have to do, you see at the top, there's you include this epaper.h file. I just scroll up to the top, and then you've got commands like epaper text and epaper line and so on, epaper circle, that you write the rest of the program with. Now this actual display has got a defect on it, in that the bit of the screen down near the bottom has got 3 dead rows of pixels on it. But I've contacted Banggood and they've kindly agreed to send me a replacement, and I've written this demo at the moment to not use that area of the screen. But there's 3 horizontal rows, as you're looking at it at the moment, that are always white, and they're at positions where I made a note of it in the program somewhere. 170, 174, 182, because the display is 200 by 200 pixels. Anyway, there you go. I'll put the code on my website, and I'll probably put a link to it in the description if anyone wants to use it to build up their own application. Thanks for watching.